The recording has begun. Doesn't really help me in the editing or anything. I just like saying it really
feels
dark
magical
and deep.
somehow now. Yeah, for some reason. Like
I tried to clap last time, and he's like, "Don't clap," and I'm like, "That's how you also know, though."
It's just, yeah. I mean, it'd be good. Like I know that's how you do it professionally, but on Twitch, you don't really need to do it that way. Anyway,
Everyone clap.
If we all do it at different points.
All right, everybody in chat, please clap. Please clap. All right, everybody in chat, clap wherever you are, so I can sync it to wherever you currently are as well.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
All right, here's our intro, and we'll toss it over to you. Welcome to the Emo Social Club podcast, broadcasting to you live from emosocialclub.tv. I am Brian.
And I'm Lizzie, and we're here this evening back again with some more interviews after a little bit of a slight hiatus. We're here with Virginity, which I hope Twitch doesn't get us shut down on because we said the first half of it, but we're super grateful for you guys to be here tonight.
There's gonna be a lot of that for this.
Just go fucking morning too.
Yeah. Lizzie and the Beep. Anyway, welcome, guys. Feel free to introduce yourselves and what you do in the band.
I'm Casey. I sing and play guitar.
I'm Jim. I play drums.
We can, I feel like we should start with the band name, which is usually something we never fucking do because I hate the idea of asking bands so where'd you get the idea for your band name? But since we were talking about it before we started about how it's made the SEO really hard and how Twitch was probably going to have a real problem with it. Also, your ats are always Virginity is rad, which I'm oh, okay. Also,
I want to know how many private schools are so upset about it for their sex ed. They're like, damn it.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so
this is quite a fucked up topic, but
yeah, let's just jump into it.
How did we get the name first?
Well, we got the name from so we started recording the first album before we had a name, and I was talking to a buddy of mine whose name is Shaw. He's one of the worst people I know. He's a great friend, but I know that he's like one of those people that everybody has a friend that you're like, oh, I know he's a fucking piece of shit, but
Absolutely.
He's nice to me. He's a good guy.
He's a great friend. Terrible person.
Anyways, so I told him that I was recording stuff, and I was like, I need a band name, and he would just start sending me them every now and then for a couple of weeks. And Virginity was one of the first ones he sent, and I was just like, man, I just kind of like it, and it's not taken. Just kind of hung. It just beat all the other ones. It was better than having to come up with one for ourselves.
We had zero expectations for this band to be a band, and so when he told me the name, I was like, yeah, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, we were just that was more or less.
This isn't a real band anyway.
Who gives a shit? We're never gonna play a show or do anything or anything. Who cares?
So yeah, that's how we
and joke's on you now because you were here.
Yeah.
And also it makes for a very interesting Facebook audience.
Yes,
50% of our followers are
easily 50% of our followers on this is just for Facebook. This doesn't translate to Instagram or Twitter. Are people from Africa that are usually HIV advocates that are literally liking us as the concept of virginity.
Not
the band. I mean, I don't even. Hey,
listen.
likes a like. I don't know.
A like's a like, and when you're advertising it to a venue or something, hey, you should book us. We have all these Facebook likes.
Yeah.
You don't have to add that information in there,
No,
we will.
But
That
also,
makes me wonder, where are people putting that in on their Facebook profiles? Are they going to the music section or their general likes and being I like Virginity?
I think they are just there's definitely a language barrier. The first time this happened, I clicked on it and I was just this is weird. I was like, they must have just stumbled onto it.
We've got fans all the way in Africa.
More and more and more. And for a 3-month span, it was every day there was 6, 7, whatever, every day. And I was just that's when I realized, I was like, oh, they think that they don't know we're a band.
Yeah.
they think we represent virginity.
Yeah.
Entire
Which we
concept.
do in a way.
In a way.
Right.
Also represent it.
Yeah. I mean,
So.
you look at us and you're just like, those guys don't fuck.
Each other.
Damn. Damn.
I'm sorry.
See, like, in a way.
You're not those type of besties, okay?
Yeah.
We get it.
Not yet, but there's still time.
Soon.
In a way, there's always that kind of like Blink 182 end of things where like you end up having, you know, like the Mark, Tom, and Travis show and like make it or whatever it is. I was never a huge Blink 182 fan during that period, so it's like, fuck it. But it's like, yeah, I mean, like
you like the more like modern,
yeah, I like Untitled or self-titled, like that's
okay,
not Skiba
that's
stuff. Really, just Untitled, and then like a few other singles from earlier years. But it just never hit me like when I was in high school. Like I never really liked all the guys that were into it. Just like they're like talking about like.
I mean, that makes
butts.
It's like that makes sense.
Yeah. Like you guys just seem like real dumb and like it's just not for me. And I mean, yes, but also like I can respect Blink 182 more now as being like that high school band of just like, yeah, it's funny and it's dumb and it's stupid and it's that sort of thing for that type of person. And in a way, it's like there still needs to be space for that now within like certain realms. Like I don't know if like a lot of that shit from back then like would fly now. Like,
oh, definitely
like,
not. No way.
A bunch of that stuff would not fly now, but like there still has to be that sort of like not taking things seriously and not pushing the envelope way too far, but certainly like saying something where it's like, let's like, you know, have a conversation about it, have that sort of thing going on in the culture without getting to punching down is usually how I look at it. Like if you're punching down, if you're making fun of somebody who, you know, isn't there to defend themselves or doesn't have traditionally a lot of people on their side, it's like kind of shitty.
I think that's probably why Blink 182, like, because a lot of people, especially right now, like people like look back and even if they've become like a more modern band that dips out of that stuff, people will like come down on them. And I think the reason that hasn't really happened to Blink 182 is because they just attack themselves. Like they were the butt of their own jokes constantly. So it's hard to go at them.
Is that kind of then like where you're like, as you have this name now and as you continue and as you are like a band now, is that sort of like the humor of it? If there is
There's
any,
no
is that
humor in our music. Like it is, we are probably the goofiest bunch of fellas you'll ever like to meet, but it's the saddest shit
it is
ever.
The saddest
pours
shit.
Out of this guy's brain.
But we like to keep it light outside of the. Also, I like to think that some of the songs are a little funny in a
dark,
yeah,
sure,
with a very dark sense of humor. But yeah, we try to keep the sadness to only the songs.
Sure.
And outside of that, we try to just do as much dumb shit as possible.
It's like Elliott Smith dressed like Ronald McDonald is kind of the our vibe.
Elliott Smith dressed like Ronald McDonald.
No, that's probably
It's
not
more like
correct.
Ronald McDonald dressed like Elliott Smith.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, dude!
Wow.
You just fucking flipped it around. Wow.
I mean, like later Blink is very like sad, but also they still were like doing the same sort of antics and they still were the same people, even though they were making funnier more serious music. It was less like,
Absolutely.
you know, the rock show. The rock show isn't like I'm being an idiot. I'm just like talking about like a song, and then they like went, you know, a little darker than like, you know, this girl at the rock show. It's like now I'm like, oh, this girl broke up with me after the rock show.
Totally, but they still, even like after the Untitled era, they still had like a giant flaming sign that just said "fuck."
Yeah,
Like,
which is
awesome.
Yeah.
it's so, that's kind of awesome.
I literally took the back of that one shirt that has all the swear words that they get bleeped out on air, and I put that up in the college radio station that I advise over. I said, if you say these on air, I am yelling at you.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to use them as a, you know, a
Yeah.
beacon of bad language.
I'm sure they appreciate that. That's what they want to be remembered for, is how often
Yes.
they said bad words.
Yeah,
and not the musicality.
Yeah.
it's also like more all-time low now too. Oh, we might have our third person joining.
Hi, Jordan.
Oh,
It's
man.
Jordan.
Jordan is joining. Okay.
Wow.
We
Sweet.
started the interview before Jordan could make it.
Sorry, I went to Jimmy John's. I had to eat.
Let me help him out here. Hold on a second.
I'll still talk though while they set up.
Yeah, for sure. So it's their fault you called it Virginity, right? Like you didn't have to go with that name, and they just like,
oh yeah, dude, I fought it all the way, and I was just outvoted. I mean, we're a Democratic band, and 2-1.
I'm just gonna say,
democracy
I don't think democracy.
Dies in darkness that way.
I don't think it works, man. I don't think democracy works. I think you got to have like one person who just says, "This is what we're doing." They seize the means of production.
100%.
Yeah, virginity for everyone.
That's me. We do get sent. Have you guys seen the Virginity Rocks shirts and stuff?
That came up when I was searching for you.
Yes.
to post about you. It's like,
not a week goes by where 500 people don't send me that and go, "Hey, is this yours? Is this your shirt?"
Yeah.
And no, just anybody in the chat, just so you know. If you ever saw one and you wanted to send it to me, I saw it. I've seen it.
You should, you can counteract and just put "Virginity is rad" and toss it back to them.
Yeah.
I do want to make a shirt that is essentially like that same font and stuff.
Yeah.
But instead of rocks, we put "is rad."
They just come for you.
This is Jordan, everybody.
All right, we got Jordan there.
What's up, Jordan?
Jordan, if you want to say hi and introduce yourself and what you do in the band, just so everybody knows your voice now.
Oh, hey, I'm Jordan, and I play bass. And I was just on a plane yesterday, so I feel weird about taking my mask off around you.
Sure.
That's fair.
We're all vaccinated.
Yeah, it's all good.
Not that protects everybody, but we want to see your lips.
Oh, yeah.
We'll take what off?
Take
everything. Take it all off.
Yeah.
If the name doesn't get us taken down on Twitch,
we should all scoot back.
All right, so what have I missed?
What if we scoot back a little bit? We've gone over how bad our name is.
Okay, yeah.
And why it's bad. And that's about it.
That's about it.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Do you guys want to see something really cool?
Yeah, let's go.
So.
They don't know this is about to happen. But
Oh shit.
Surprise on stream.
Yeah. We were about to get into this, I think, so we can take a look at it. It's the record.
Shit. Oh,
they're in. We got a record.
Look at her. She's shiny.
That came out cool.
That's awesome.
Look,
it's got stuff in there. Can I open it?
Yeah, open it. Pull it out.
Sorry, guys.
This is what you guys wanted
on
your
podcast,
right?
It has a cool little sticker on it.
I have 4 different color variants here, by the way.
4 different color variants?
Whoa.
This is
who knew we were also going to have a vinyl unboxing?
Get it on screen.
That really came out great. Okay, so oh boy, I'm excited about the. Oh wait,
he did all the art, so he's the most excited.
Oh shit!
Yes. Jim did all
more
of our art.
And this.
Wow!
Look at that.
That's a pretty vinyl.
Look at that splatter.
If you are listening to the audio version of this, you are missing. You're missing the loop.
Anybody listening?
I think there's like 10 of this variants left.
Oh.
So go to smartpunkshop.com right now.
Yeah.
Or
it's fucking company, man.
You'll never get one for yourself.
This is incredible.
Hey, we met Smart Wow. Yep. We met Smart Punk in person this weekend. They're nice people. So definitely
this is why my voice sounds like this, because I got back at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up?
Hey.
Yeah. Good to meet you. We met you at Riot Fest over the weekend.
Well done, my friends.
I knew you guys looked familiar.
Yeah, it's us. Yeah,
it's
just
us.
like
We're back again. We're everywhere. It's unfortunate.
Should have just talked to you there. Should have just had a talk with you there and just been like, I don't know if the other 2 guys are going to care if we just did the entire interview with you in the field. Let's talk about the record, POPMORTUM. It's coming out in October. Now we've got the vinyl on there.
Right here on stream.
We're completely ignoring you now and just staring at it.
Yeah. Like I can see what it sounds like.
We'll focus now.
We're reining it in.
We'll plug the record. Like let us know about it. What if you know the day it comes out? Obviously, it's physically in your hands.
October 15th.
October 15th.
Hell yeah.
2021.
We're also rule breakers, and if you come see us play with Piebald on Friday in Orlando, we could sell them to you.
If anybody's local.
Oh shit!
Hell yeah.
We'll sell it early.
We might have some local people in Florida.
If anyone's going to Furnace Fest this weekend, I may have just snuck 10 on the truck going there. That Smart Punk will be selling.
Oh.
Maybe. Just don't tell the suits, you know?
Don't tell the suits. This is not streamed live or recorded for posterity, so no one will know.
I'm not going to DM them on Instagram real quick. I heard nothing.
Yeah.
Jordan will intercept that.
Oh, shit. We just got dropped. I just saw it on Twitter. They labeled it.
Crazy.
Can't believe it.
So yeah, it's coming out October 15th. Is there anything else about it other than that?
Oh, it's really fucking good.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah, we got an advanced listen to it, and it is very good.
Well, thank
you.
Thanks for that unprompted.
Yes.
Isn't it great?
Isn't it good?
We think
Look
it's
at
good.
that.
At least we did think it was good when we made it. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long
since-
time. Yeah, but this is definitely like the longest. I gotta imagine. Is it for
It's a
all
long
of
ass
us?
rollout. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the longest we've sat on something. By the time it comes out, we will have been done tracking it for a year, which is nuts.
Wow.
And we'll have half of another record written, presumably.
Yeah, we are already working on new stuff. So yeah, it's wild.
What was the?
So you're gonna have like one right after the other,
Yeah.
pretty much, of album cycles.
We'd like it to be that way.
I mean, maybe.
Who knows?
We'll sit on it for
No plan.
a year. No plan yet.
Yeah.
We'll get into
Lots
it.
of ideas.
I've been kind of like trying to because since Virginity started, which was in halfway through 2018, I started writing songs and I kind of didn't stop until we were done recording this record. And this is like the longest gap I've gone without like writing new shit because I was trying to I don't know, let myself breathe and get to the point where I feel like I have something to write about again.
Fair.
Wow, that was deep, man.
Thanks, bro.
Like
Wieners.
Yeah,
Sorry.
lower that bar back down, please. Don't keep that
Well,
bar too
you're-
high.
Oh, shit.
Well, your most recent single that came from it, which is I Am capital You as in you are capital me too.
What a great
I
name.
just it's the most it's again, we're getting back to the old school ways of
Mhm.
having our album and lyric titles. We love it. And that is basically as like a personal parody about the narcissism of love songs, according to your press release. And I think that's very wild. So let's get into that a little bit more. Why do you hate love songs?
What's wrong with love songs, man?
No, I love love songs. I wish that I could write one where I didn't feel stupid writing it. And I guess that's ultimately like what. So I mean, I always grew up like writing love songs when I was in pop punk bands in high school, and that was easy because that was about like a million different girls. If I'm writing a love song now, it's just probably about my wife.
Probably.
It's probably and like I just feel so awkward. Like I know she's gonna hear it, and that shouldn't be awkward, but it feels awkward. So that's kind of where this song came from. Is like me just feeling awkward, but wanting to write a love song. And it started out that way, and then it like the lyrically devolves into me. You know, we're making fun of it a little bit, and then making fun of it a lot of it at the end, where I'm just ranting nonsense.
There's
also
humor in your
complete-
music.
Complete narcissist. As
That
well. But like I think any any performing artist has to be
Yeah, I mean-
a narcissist to some level.
A little bit.
Yeah, right?
I mean, how could you not?
How could you not be? Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all doing yeah.
I mean,
Whether we
lyrically,
like
of
to admit it or
course,
not.
like you're writing about, like usually it's like write what you know, write about your experience, tell people about your experience because it is something that other people are going to have reference to or understand in a certain way for themselves. And so everybody who's hearing your words about yourself are then taking those words and putting it into about themselves. I mean, there's a bit of narcissism there, but it's also like catharsis a bit of like, I like you as a lyricist need to get it out. And then the audience as a listener needs to like also get it out.
I feel like we missed a potential like narcissist circle, like narcissism
Narcissist.
circle, and,
Narcissist circle?
yeah.
Wow.
Or narciss catharsis. Like there was a really good combination of
Catharsis and
That's
narcissism.
We're changing our band name.
That'll be,
narcissism.
or that's your next like records pun title because POPMORTUM is also, you know. Like
You wouldn't
postmortem.
believe what we've been stocking up, but we can't say them out loud. We gotta save
No,
the shit.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
good.
it's
No.
too good.
We have got it's just going. It's growing this list of
Yeah.
stupid shit.
Very,
People
It's
know.
wonderful.
very bad titles that are great.
I probably should have asked. Can I swear first? I
Please.
Yeah,
Okay.
Please.
I did too much.
Can I say Grief O'Brady's?
Yeah.
You can say most things, you just cannot say simp.
We also can't say, first of all, Lizzie, we also can't say,
Oh, hey.
we also actually can't say your band name, but We have
Yeah.
been. We're just seeing what
They're
happens.
gonna get banned from Twitch for they
Yeah.
can't even say
So
our
Like
name
if you
on the
type
No way.
If you type
Yeah.
Virginity
Yeah.
into the chat, it's all asterisks and stuff. I've run into that. So
Yeah.
our buddies in the band Dikembe do a lot of Twitch stuff, and I've done a couple things with Steven on there. And yeah, anytime we write our name, it's just all asterisks and
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah.
when you guys said that, I was like, oh yeah, we're on Twitch. I forgot about that. No band name.
You just can't go around and be calling people virgins like that.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't know
that's
virginity was such a terrible thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's because if it's used as an insult, and everybody ruins it for everybody else, it sucks. Like,
God, how's that an insult? It's so
To call someone a virgin? I mean, I guess if you're
Is
like,
that what you call somebody in like a pit when you're like trying to get them hyped up and being like, I'm gonna fucking kill you? You're like, you fucking virgin, let's go. I should have done that this weekend. Next time.
You're like watching
me in the
Guar,
pit.
calling people virgins. Just
Next
yeah.
time, next pit we're in, everybody. I'm calling you a fucking virgin, and then I'm gonna run straight into you.
we have to mute this whole thing. We have to mute this whole podcast.
Sorry, children.
Sorry, kids. Sorry, kids. Anyway, the narcissism and catharsism. No, I mean, like you're experiencing love songs, as I'm sure a lot of people who listen to music are experiencing them. Because I remember being in high school, like, man, I like listening to rock music because it's not all these like sappy love songs about a girl or like, you know, oh man, I really like this girl. Like, I wish she was into me. Which then it's like, okay, well, shit, like that's all Fall Out Boy songs. Like, no, okay, that's like, yeah. But it sort of come like this weird full circle where rock bands are writing those love songs because it's like, yeah, everybody experiences this and everybody wants to gravitate towards music that they can relate to. So, I mean, I don't think there is narcissism in it, but I certainly think it's like safe
Justifiable.
narcissism. It's like
Isn't writing songs in general narcissism?
totally. I mean,
being on a stage in front of people singing lyrics is
Yes.
pretty narcissistic.
yeah, I mean, it's all based in narcissism. So that's fine. You just have to find ways to humble yourself in between those bouts of narcissism. And me and this guy have kids, which is constantly
That's very humbling.
Yeah, that'll keep you real low.
Almost a hobbling.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
Can be.
misery.
It can be spirit hobbling.
Oh, speaking of misery, and this song.
Oh.
Good segue. The video for this song is our take on the movie and the
Book and movie.
book
Misery.
and movie Misery by Steve.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
To which one of Casey's best friends played a wonderful version of Annie.
Yes.
Really
or
incredible.
Kathy Bates type.
Killed it.
And,
Yeah.
We're
We
looking
shot it
for
at
a
Jordan's
Kathy
house.
Bates type.
Yeah, she literally just beat the living shit out of Casey
Wow.
in
That's true.
Jordan's living room, and I just directed it just by saying,
Yeah.
pull his fucking hair, hit him harder. Like,
Yeah.
the
I
only
mean,
thing
are
better
you
than-
sure there wasn't any like pent up aggression? Like, this is it.
Oh, there was. I was
yeah,
watching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
There had to
sure.
be.
Kimber and I have been friends since 10th grade. So, and we're the same age, so we're in our 30s now. It's been a long time. I'm sure there's been a couple times where for a brief period of time, she lived with me, and I was she was annoying the fuck out of me, and so I'm sure I was annoying the fuck out of her. So I'm sure she got in a couple of
Oh,
those.
yeah.
Don't tell me to fold my fucking clothes.
Pulling his hair, punching him in the head. It
Wow.
was great.
So yeah, if you haven't seen that video, you can go on YouTube and watch the shit. Like, you're gonna be watching it, you're gonna be like, they're making fun music video, haha. But really, she punched me in the fucking kidney so goddamn hard, like it really hurt.
We should release all the B-roll of the fight scene because it's
You absolutely should.
it's really fantastic stuff.
It's really a Patreon type thing. Like $10
Like, hey,
a
you want
month.
to see Casey? You get the shit kicked out of him by his friend.
Yeah.
Come on, give up that $10.
And
$10
another
a
friend
month.
just egging it on in a big way.
Yeah. Oh, and then you have Jim just screaming the whole time. It's great.
Yeah, and the music
He's a great
video,
director.
you're
Who would've
hearing
thought?
the song, but if we put out the unfiltered video, then we have to have the audio that's actually happening, which is Jim just going, pull his fucking hair.
Yeah.
No, hit him hard though.
Get him real for real this time.
It's like a weird like backstage of Jackass, but it's just like people you don't know are like, oh hell yeah, I'll pay $10 to watch that over and over and over again.
I watched the Scorsese Masterclass series, and that's how he did like Casino. Like, he was standing over top of, like, right out of frame with Joe Pesci,
Jesus.
And he's like, yeah, squeeze his fucking head in the vice. Yeah, it's
Yeah, my
it's
eyeball
kind of
popped
amazing.
out.
Yeah, his eyeball popped out once. It was great.
Wow.
Sorry.
We're great at being interviewed.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this is so much.
This is
I'm gonna say
great.
it. It's great. It's fun.
Oh,
Keep it up.
okay.
We love
Thank
these
God.
tangents too. Like that's actually a really good joke. That's like, oh yeah, I was watching Scorsese, and that's why I had somebody beat the shit out of this.
Brian, is that how
For a
we make your
music
next
video.
video for anything?
No,
It's
Lizzie,
just
because you're gonna
no?
go too
Okay.
far.
Will I?
Do it.
That's when it'll get good, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's to me,
I'm
and I
gonna
don't
call
want
you a fucking virgin.
I don't want
Your
it.
girlfriend will be in the corner and be like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
It's so much worse when you say fucking virgin. Like it's,
Yeah,
it's just
see?
like,
That's what makes it. That's what makes
Wait
it.
a
That's
minute,
'cause it
that's
gets you
very
riled up.
contradictory.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can't be a fucking virgin. Well, I guess you can once.
Yeah, that's
Can be one thing. Kind of a one and done situation.
Look at that.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. I
Oh boy.
wanted to
Hey,
ask
so
another
you-
question and immediately change the subject again.
Yes.
I wanted to take a hard ass pivot if you don't mind.
Let's pivot.
So Jim, you did the artwork and you did the directing for the video. Like, is this like, is pretty much everything in house with you guys then?
And he produced the album.
And you
And
produced the
recorded
album.
Oh.
it. Recorded all of it in this room.
So this is all in house for you. This is all like you guys just do everything. You don't really go too far out of the three of you, or
Minus mixing, everything has been completely DIY.
Yeah.
The whole project.
very nice.
Yeah, that's probably out of necessity
Yeah.
at this level.
And speaking of mixing,
Mixing?
you want to talk about the who
Oh
mixed it?
yeah. So
Outside of the only thing we've reached out for in all of our things so far, thank God this fucking guy knows how to do everything, or at least can figure it out.
Literally anything. This guy can do anything.
We did get Jack Shirley to mix and master POPMORTUM, and he's great. He did like all the Rosenstock records, and
Was nominated for a Grammy for the
yeah,
Death
yeah.
Heaven record.
so it was really great working with him and handing the record off to him, so I didn't have to fucking listen to it anymore.
But other
Yeah.
than that, yes, we pretty much have done everything in house out of necessity, because things cost money,
Sure do.
and we don't have tons to just be handing out
Right.
for anything.
But also, a lot of people you pay money to don't do stuff half as good as Jim just does it. He's
yeah.
just,
What a
he's
sweetheart.
incredible. He's
What a-
amazing. This
what a
guy is
sweetheart.
he's too modest too.
It's true. We would not be able to do all of our shit is made better by this guy.
Oh,
There's
I gotta walk out. I'm sorry.
there's two different types of people in the world. There's good enough people, and there's fucking
good
this can be
enough.
better people, and Jim is a this can be better, and it's always elevated because of him.
Oh well, thank you.
I think that whole narcissism thing really doesn't sit well with Jim.
He
so,
hates it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys are very different.
My,
Yeah.
my kid's asking me for a bass. He's gonna enter this room unless I
Can
give
he
it to
can
him.
he play?
Okay.
Bring him in.
No, no, no.
His kids.
Yeah, tell him to play a theme song real quick.
It's even more
His kids
in-house.
were like not into rock, like punk rock or anything until like a few months ago, and didn't play
Okay.
instruments. And all of a sudden, like in like 3 months, they can play like every Weezer and Green Day song. It's
I love
phenomenal.
that.
I like
They-
that.
Like his kid and his friends. They
Do
get
they
in the
just
room.
Weezer each other then?
Excuse
Like,
me.
like you've
Sorry,
been
guys, sorry.
Weezered.
Dude, is
Yeah,
that
please
a new
keep that.
is that a new term
What
now?
just happened? That's it.
Are your
just
kids out
sounds
there
worse.
wheezing each
No,
other?
don't you- No, because
What
it's a
is with
TikTok
these
thing.
homies
It's like
dissing
you've
my
been
girl?
Weezered.
Really? That's a thing?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You
I
just
don't
it's just that
know.
you're doing something normal, and then because Weezer is such like a meme band, you play like a Weezer song like out of context.
oh no,
like,
is it the new
or
Rick
like
Roll thing or
grocery-
something?
Oh
yeah,
my
it's like Rick
God.
Roll. It's like you're grocery shopping, and say you're like grocery shopping and you like grab something and you like drop it and you're like, oh fuck, it's gone. Somebody could be like, you just been Weezer and
That's
play
it.
like My Name is
That
Jones
is-
or something in the background. Or wrestle with Jimmy and that's it. There's nothing else to it. It's just
That's
that.
great.
This
That's
makes
great.
me. It kind of makes me sad.
No,
Oh,
it's wonderful.
it's
it's
good.
great.
No,
yeah.
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's why your kids like Weezer.
I guess. Yeah. They like Weezer because the Blue Album and Pinkerton are fucking incredible.
That's what you think. They
See?
really like it
Yeah.
because of
That is
TikTok.
accurate.
No.
Yeah,
Also
probably because of
accurate.
TikTok.
Could be. That could be.
I'm gonna give credit to Ratatouille in the chat who said a good joke.
Rat-
So I'm gonna say it this way and just
The
say,
rats.
are they into Weezer? And then do they ever like fight you and say I'm wrestling with Jimmy?
They named their band Jim's Basement, so that's
Oh my
that's the
god.
closest thing. But yeah,
Wait,
There we
was
go.
that person's name Ratatouille?
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
Not
No,
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
No,
Ratatouille.
like the Weezer record, Ratatouille.
No, that's Ratitude.
Gratitude?
well, we
You
have
mean
we have a-
Ratatouille, like
we-
the Disney movie with
we
the
have a
dumb
song
rat?
called Nosferatude, which plays into your vampire costume theme, and the and kind of a play on
It's
Weezer.
a little play on Weezer.
It's
yeah.
a little play on Weezer.
I like that quite a
It's
bit.
play.
Jim's got a lot of segues. You're
I
a
love it.
segue machine tonight. You got us into misery.
This
You're
is
A Segway tour? Yeah,
This
give me a
is
fucking
like-
Segway tour.
It's like a 3-point turn, but we're doing like 21 points to turn
You
to
know
like
what?
get
Sometimes
down
it
a
takes you
different
that
street.
long to get out of the parking lot.
It's like,
Okay.
hold on,
what?
I got to turn around.
I got an idea. Just list off the rest of your questions here, and then we'll finish.
I wish. Look, we didn't write any. Like we're just chatting.
Listen, Brian leaves me in charge of everything, and
Yeah.
I had to like grade
She's our
papers and do
podmaster.
shit this afternoon.
Yeah.
So
Are you a teacher?
yeah,
What do
That's
you teach?
awesome. What grade do you
Cool.
teach?
I teach university.
Nice.
Oh, you're a pro.
So you teach like 13th or 14th grade, or
Yeah.
what are you?
I teach freshmen,
Freshman what?
freshmen 18, 19-year-olds.
No, like the subject or like in general.
Oh, digital media and radio.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's awesome.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
She's a
I
professional Dracula.
yeah. The reason why I was late coming to this, I had a meeting with one of my bosses. I thought I was like in trouble because somebody said they wanted a refund on the class I was teaching, which you can't do that. But then they're like, hey, Ashley, can we just give you another class to teach? I said, I guess.
Just
So I'm
an
not
additional
fired?
class.
You're not fired. You just have twice as much work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
more
they're
work.
like, oh, you get the seniors now. I'm like, these children are only like a year younger than me. What?
Can we pay you the same amount of money and give you twice as much work? Would that be cool?
No.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
all right?
Isn't that great?
No.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Now
that's
say
a
no to
deal.
that.
Well, that's rad. You're melding and molding the youth of tomorrow.
Yeah.
To be able to
To
broadcast.
get on, broadcast.
Yeah, broadcast.
To do a
stuff.
podcast with Virginity later in life.
Listen, I told him to listen
We'll
to
be
a
here.
Finn McKenzie podcast, so I don't know how well we're doing.
You show up tomorrow and you're just like, guys, start thinking about something else because fuck. And
Yeah.
you don't want to be doing what I was doing last night. These fucking
know-
assholes.
You know, there's
Hey
going to be
guys,
ups and
can
downs.
you not name your band Virginity?
Yeah.
First of all, let's talk about that.
It's like that Casey Kasem clip. Can we get a concerted effort not to bring in a band named Virginity?
Is that part of your curriculum?
Yeah.
Where you're just like, I'm going to play you guys this time. One of the most famous broadcasters fucked up big time.
Have you guys heard this clip?
No, I don't think so.
Do you guys
it's
know who
amazing.
Casey Kasem is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So Casey Kasem. I mean, do you want to do it because you have an encyclopedic
knowledge. It just they're so I don't know if this broadcast live or if it just got out after the fact.
Oh, it got out after the fact.
Okay.
Somebody was a pissed off engineer and kept some takes of this starts
Oh, of course they do.
I'm just gonna fucking do it now. I offered it to him, and I'm gonna take it back. Basically, it starts with him saying, "And we'd like to dedicate this one to Robbie, who lost his puppy of 20 years, or whatever. My heart goes out to you, Robbie." And then all of a sudden, you hear Casey Kasem, not Casey Crawford, goes. Can we get a fucking goddamn concerted effort not to play some fucking goddamn up-tempo tune right before I'm going into a story about a kid's dead fucking dog? And it's like, it's the most like unbelievable. And then immediately he goes, "And we'll be right back." And so it's like the flip back and forth is amazing. It should be a masterclass in broadcast decorum.
The
Yeah.
best part of it is
my
that
God.
Casey Kasem is probably most well known for being the voice of Shaggy
Yep.
on the original Scooby-Doo.
That is
so
correct.
it just kind of sounds a little bit like Shaggy saying it.
Taking
Oh
a
my
piss out of
God.
somebody, like really laying into a producer.
Actually, and then what they put into it modern days is actually Simple Plan's version of What's
Yeah.
New Scooby Doo. It all
And
comes back
that was
together.
What's New Scooby Doo. Sorry about your dog again.
Can we get a goddamn concerted effort not to play these Canadian pop punkers before I'm talking about
Talk about a fucking dog dying.
I'm sorry. I don't know how we got on that. Here we go again with the fucking.
We're to the point now where it almost seems like a bit where we're just like, we're not going to let these fuckers talk about anything serious.
Hey, so you're also adult contemporary emo.
Oh my God.
Yo, what? What?
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's a tongue-in-cheek thing I've written a couple times, but it is true a little bit, but it just comes by the nature of having been adults a while. I don't know how to make music that would appeal, I don't think, do any of us have the ability to make music that would appeal to a teenager?
Would we want to?
Our demographics certainly don't say so.
I mean, I'll play it in class tomorrow and see how they react, unless they just fall asleep like they did last week.
That's fine, yeah.
Oh boy.
That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah. So I accept adult contemporary emo. It's fuck. I mean, it's an untapped market, right? Except for all the bands already doing it that started out as like Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah. We're like if Jimmy Eat World was massively unsuccessful.
And just started 2 years ago.
Yeah, and it just started 2 years ago. And
also not nearly
great.
as good.
Yeah, and not really good. That's kind of like
it's kind of like our vibe.
But that's too long to write in the bio, so we just write adult contemporary.
Okay.
It's the same idea though. It's like
Basically.
let's just shorten that to a couple words.
Somebody recently called us power punk, and I really like that, so I've been going with that lately.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the modern way of the kids saying it's like new Jimmy Eat World.
Oh, surviving.
You fucking love that record.
Yeah, it's good. It is good.
Yeah.
Jim Adkins can't write a bad song. He doesn't have it in him.
Well, he's written one or two.
Oh.
I disagree.
Wow.
This guy's a fucking.
He's spilling
Spicy
tea.
take.
Are we about to drop the names of those two songs on the pod?
Name
You can-
drop.
Anything with the record with the umbrella. Sorry, I don't like that one.
Guys, can I bring this up because this has been on my mind
Sure.
a lot? Is this whole Machine Gun Kelly thing?
Oh my God.
With Slipknot.
Wait, with Slipknot or with the fighter dude? Which one?
Oh my
Either
God.
All of it. All of
Either
it.
one.
All of it all together. It's culminated.
All
It's at the
right.
head.
Did you guys watch him at all?
Yeah, we
Oh
did.
my God. I was like barricaded.
Were
Yeah,
you up
Lizzie
there?
ran to the
you were
front.
into it. You were in it.
Yeah, I actually got on our friend's shoulders at the end. I was like right there in the fucking middle.
Just
I watched
deep
Slipknot.
into it.
It was awesome.
That's fair. I get that.
Slipknot rocked.
Wait, did they like have like a battle, like where they were across from each
So-
other?
They played at the exact same time.
Just so
Yeah.
different sides
They
of
were
the
like
Yes.
back to back. It
I
was
know
like
jack
back to
shit
back.
about this.
Yeah.
They were talking about it
Yeah.
earlier. Please, somebody, please explain to me.
So
what
I'll give the rundown of what happened here.
Please.
So MGK and Slipknot were booked for the same slot at Riot Fest. So MGK and Slipknot basically went on at the exact same time. They were the only two bands playing. So anybody who was like checking out a band had to either go to MGK or Slipknot. And of course, I think that was like kind of intentional because the Slipknot fans are probably not going to be MGK fans, and the MGK fans are probably not going to be Slipknot fans. That overlap is going to be a very small niche group. Me. So I decided to check out MGK just because I was like, well, I'll leave in the middle of MGK and go check out Slipknot like after a few songs. And I ended up getting kind of pushed into the crowd quite a bit, and then couldn't get out. And I'm like, well, whatever. Yeah, I live there. MGK decided to talk shit about Slipknot, but so this is how everybody repeated it, is that MGK talked shit by saying, you know what I'm really happy about? That I'm not 50 years old and wearing masks on fucking stage. Which I'm like, isn't even an eloquent insult, let alone really that insulting. Like, Slipknot is 50 because they've been doing a band for a very long time. Side note, only one member of the band is 50 or above. Everybody else is under 50. So it's not even really true. And they do wear masks and always have. So like there's no insult there. And then everyone says, MGK coming for Slipknot? Talking shit? Can you believe MGK said this? Is MGK an actual monster?
He is like 40 and does wear 21 forever though. So like, isn't that kind of like
so MGK
thing?
is 31. He's had
shit.
Yeah, MGK is 31.
He is a hard living 31. Jesus Christ.
I mean, that also probably is accurate.
Wow. He's
Are we going for
he's
Machine Gun
seen some
Kelly 2
shit.
now?
Machinery
what
Gunnery
MG is that
Kelly
machinery?
Clarkson?
Is that what MGK stands for?
Machinery.
Holy shit!
Machinery Gunnery Kelly Clarkson. So it's
Machine
like
Gun Kelly Clarkson is his.
It's great.
that's
It's
fucking
really good.
great.
It's very good. Yeah.
he did say it twice. He did mention it twice. He did take 2 individual shots fired at him.
Yeah.
He did. And as many people have said, it's like, dude, why are you doing that? Like, it's really stupid. So here are my thoughts for everybody. And everybody can chime in after this. But before he went for Eminem in a rap battle, like, no one really gave a shit about MGK. No one really thought anything about MGK. And then right before he went out on tour with Fall Out Boy, he like does a diss track for Eminem. And my thought about that is that Eminem does not have to respond to somebody like MGK. Just straight up, you could ignore the fuck out of MGK. Who gives a
Can
shit?
I challenge one little thing there, though? I
Sure.
still don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
That's
fair.
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
fair.
But Florence and the Machine Gun Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, Florence and the Machine Gun Kelly Clarkson. Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
sorry.
the that's the
Wow,
weirdest matchup
Could you
of our
imagine
lives.
that tour lineup? Just that audience of people. Ooh.
Speaking of
Sorry.
no overlap between the two,
I'll
so
let you continue. My apologies.
sorry, I like the mashup. So because he went for Eminem and Eminem responded and responded with a beef track, it doesn't really, like, in the overall world, everybody can say, oh man, Eminem like came for him, destroyed him, crushed him. It's like, yeah, it doesn't really actually matter. Like, people only care about this beef because it happened. So MGK, being a smaller artist, going for a much larger artist and getting attention on their music is only good for the smaller artist. The big artist doesn't really gain anything because they're already a gigantic artist. There was a bit of like a beef between Slipknot and or Corey Taylor in particular. There was a bit of beef between Corey Taylor and MGK. And he kind of was talking shit about his like genre change and all that. And it's like, he's not really a rock musician, all this shit. And so, of course, like, you know, Machinery has to come out and say some stuff about him at the show. He's like talking shit about them. Then it goes to Twitter because everybody has Bird app on their phone and says, oh, have you seen this shit? And then Corey Taylor has to respond. And then Machinery is responding. Then
You confused the fuck out of him
Yeah,
with Bird app.
Bird app, Twitter. Twitter.
You have to keep explaining shit to me. I'm sorry. Oh,
Dumb Bird app.
Yeah,
The dumb
Twitter.
Bird app contorted everything.
Twitter,
My
dumb
bad,
Bird
sorry.
app. So Machine Gun Kelly responds and says, Corey wrote a really terrible verse, so we cut the whole song from the record. And then Corey Taylor goes, okay, here are the emails that were sent where I said I'm not going to do it because I didn't like it and I didn't think it was for me. So anyway, all this comes down to that I'm like, the fact that we've been talking about MGK for 3 days, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of the point. I'm not saying that it's like, I don't love negativity for publicity or popularity. It's not kind of my direction, but MGK clearly has already shown that that's kind of his bag, negativity to sell himself and to sell his music. And I don't think that anybody who's like, oh man, like fuck MGK, fuck this guy, fuck his music, fuck his change to rock music is really doing any harm to MGK. I don't think it's hurting anything or anybody.
You know, it's funny that the exact same thing happened the night before. Smashing Pumpkins were on the main stage, NoFX was closing out the side stage, and Fat Mike talked mad shit about how much he fucking thinks the Smashing Pumpkins suck, and no one gave a shit because they're used to him just saying ridiculous shit, and that's his thing.
Talk shit about everybody constantly. Every time there's a mic in his hand, he's
I was you on Saturday because those are two of my favorite bands of all time. So I was literally standing in a section that was between those two stages, and I'd be like, "Oh, Zero's playing." I'd run over and I'd watch that.
Yeah.
And I'd lean over and be like, "Oh, they're playing Eat the Meek," and I'd run over and I watch NoFX play a song.
You're
I did that for like an hour and a half.
The videos where the dog stands there and then the husband and wife take off in different directions to see who the dog goes with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was you.
that was Fat Mike and Billy Corgan.
That's Riot Fest booking stages.
Yeah.
Who should we be negative against to really get our level raised up?
Pick your beef.
Pick a beat.
It's like a good one.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good one. Well,
You know what I want to say about Machine Gun Kelly is I don't think talking shit is doing him any good because I feel like he was fucking clowned out of rap. and then went for pop punk because he was like, I got to do something else, and I have no marketable skills, and I'm a fucking asshole.
Well, I think we know who we're going after.
Yeah,
Whoa. Add it in.
He was great in the dirt.
He was fine. He's actually
What are
not a
you
bad actor, and I'm
talking
kind of
about?
pissed about it.
That movie was fucking terrible.
Oh, it was awful. I loved it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think he should stop talking shit. He looks like a dickhead every time he does it.
yeah.
Did you say he looks like a dickhead and everybody knows it?
No, so he looks like a dickhead every time he does it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
And
like what you said
everybody
first.
knows it.
But
I mean, like-
also, everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Can't
I mean,
stop
like-
the machine gun killing.
I have this follow-up thought about Corey Taylor, and like every time I've heard him interviewed about anything new in music, he has that like boomer energy of like,
Yeah.
man, it was better in my day. And it's like, dude, why are you like this? Like, you've been on like a Falling in Reverse song. Like, you've done like a lot of
Like you know things could be better,
Yeah.
but you're continuously making it worse.
like you are trying to stay in the public eye. You made a song called CMFT, Corey motherfucking Taylor. It's one of the worst songs I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like, you've done some shitty shit too. Slipknot's great, but like you can also fall. Like, you can also like do poorly. And if you're out here talking shit about new bands, you're not gaining any kids as your fans. Meanwhile, MGK appealing to a younger audience, most of whom are not going to give a shit if he talks shit about a band they've never heard or don't like metal music. They're not going to give a shit that like that band and a lot of people on Twitter think MGK is an asshole. And like that, to me, it's like the only people that you're trying to sway are the people who like literally don't know anything about music, like only hear what's on the radio, only care about maybe a couple songs, but like they're going to hear MGK played on mainstream radio, main pop radio, because it's such a thing. So like, I don't think it hurts MGK as far as like making his name repeated about a band that probably a lot of these people don't really care about. And then next thing you know, he's being played on the radio. You go, oh, I heard his name the other day. You know what? I kind of like this song. Let me go listen to this. Let me check it out. Yeah, I kind of like this. The record's good.
There's a version. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, I will say that him going after Slipknot is like decidedly different than going after Eminem.
Sure.
It's like
Yeah.
attacking the top and then attacking like, I don't know, somewhere in the middle.
It's attacking like the biggest metal band.
There's a version of this that worked really well in 2016 for another bully. Like going,
Another bully.
yeah, the big orange bully that was the president for a
Oh,
while.
sure.
There's a
He trained
version
him
of
well.
this that you know that works for everything.
Thank you.
There's a version of this that works really well in general. So
Mhm.
why would they stop if the general public's just going to keep feeding into it? So
Yeah.
sorry, not to get too terrible.
No,
I bet Fat Mike is so
100%.
jealous that he did the exact same thing the night before and got no press.
You think so? You think
Oh.
he gives a shit?
Oh, he loves when people hate him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Fat Mike is big into like the controversy 100%. He wants that
It's-
attention.
It's just that he does it all the time, so nobody cares. But MGK does it like every so often. You're like, everyone cares right now.
Billy
Well,
Corgan is a shit talker too, though.
Oh, yeah,
it's not like
for sure.
it's not
Yeah.
like Billy's.
What's
innocent.
with all these frontmen shit talkers?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I
What are
gotta
you
literally
doing?
gets you
I gotta
attention.
start-
Your craft,
I gotta
dog.
start talking more shit.
because men.
That's
I'm
the
sorry,
thing.
that's why.
You
that's
are
it.
correct. You are
Probably not
correct.
wrong.
That negative energy is more of a man thing than anybody else.
Oh, did you hear what Gwen Stefani said?
Man, can you believe Gwen Stefani also said a bunch of shit about Slipknot? That was crazy.
That's really wild. Did she bring in Blake Shelton too, along
Yeah.
with her just because?
God damn it.
Yeah,
She's
she
like
was
only talking shit about the country scene.
Yeah, she was like,
Uh-huh.
Blake Shelton whooped Slipknot's ass. All of them
Yeah.
at once.
I mean, not that I like that that's the case, but he probably would, right?
He's probably a badass. Yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
like a shit kicking country dude, right? That's like
There's no way he's really a shit kicking.
Toby
country
Keith
dude.
you
White.
don't think so? Yeah, I don't
You
know.
don't think he can crack a whip?
I mean, isn't he like a super mainstream country guy?
He's
So
not
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
he's got like a fucking
Yeah.
private jet. He's
I
like-
had to
Yeah.
like
All right,
edit.
all right.
I had to edit one of his interviews for my other job, and he was like, "Yeah, I used to go on like the country radio tours, which they would just take any other fucking country artist that nobody knew, but they had one catchy song, and you'd go on like these really shitty tours where you're like, I'm gonna play at like a fucking McDonald's in bumfuck nowhere so people know who I am." And he was like, "Yeah, I did that," and then somebody offered me weed, and it was like way before it was legalized, and he's like, yeah, and I said no like a fucking nerd, and I'm like, what?
All right, maybe he's cool.
Oh, yeah, all
Is
right.
he
All right,
with
like,
him and
tell
Jimmy
me.
Fallon, or they get really drunk eating sushi? And he'd never had sushi before? Oh, it's hilarious.
Okay.
It's not worth talking about here, but go watch it. You'll have a ball.
I want to change our name to Bumfuck Nowhere.
That's pretty good.
It's gonna get way better for SEO.
We've given away a lot of ideas of things to look up on YouTube in this interview.
Yeah.
Have we? Yeah.
Yeah.
What else can we recommend?
I would also say, just because it came up in the chat too, is like it's a very Kanye move. Like there's a lot of artists that have done it throughout the years, and even if they do get a bad rap, they still eventually, like over time, come out somewhere in the middle. Like not like the most hated, not the most loved, but they come out somewhere in the middle. And
Did
I
it
think
start
like
out with John Lennon and Jesus? Is that where this?
Yeah.
Jesus was like
Christ.
Jesus was like the Beatles suck. Fuck the Beatles.
Yeah.
I'm a Stones guy.
Yeah. My dad doesn't
More
like
Stones
it. He
guy.
likes everybody. And then John had to fucking retaliate.
Yeah.
Of course.
I think there's like, and again, I am very pro positivity on the internet. I'm very pro not just starting shit for the sake of like benefiting yourself rather than benefiting the overall community. I do think that people do better when they all come together and just like make a big group, and like everybody's fans of everything now. So there's no real need to like pick sides and pick like little communities. But I do think like it does work, and I hate that shit. But I also think maybe you could also just talk shit about negativity, which maybe like you could see, hey, he was talking shit about the negative shit that Corey Taylor said to him. And that's where kind of like people are saying like sides here. But the only person I pick on is negative.
I picture Mr. Machine Gun Kelly and Corey Taylor sitting backstage after the show, sipping on some lemonades and just laughing about how they made everyone think.
100% though. Like if you've got emails, if you text, if you like are set up through Travis Barker, like you know that they are both probably in on it. Like it has nothing to do with like anybody
They probably
else.
at least sent like one text, be like, "Hey, can I like rip on you for not doing this?" And he
Yeah.
probably, I guess,
Just letting you
like,
know it's all good, dude. Like I'm just doing it
We need
for
to just
clout.
fucking
Fuck Dikembe.
Yeah. Let's those fucking guys, like that's what we need to do. We need to pick like somebody that's
Oh, we should pick someone. I mean, no fucking Dikembe.
Dude, Jimmy Eat World like wrote a whole shitty record, man. Like,
Like,
can you
yeah.
believe?
I got it going.
You know what
That's
I'd
it.
hate?
We gotta punch him up.
I'm gonna be honest
class.
though, those guys are way too fucking nice to be mean
Yeah, of
to.
course. But that's
Yeah.
even funnier. Like you're like
Yeah.
a bully because you're going for Jimmy Eat World.
It's like, what has
That's
Mr.
true.
Jimmy Eat World done to you ever?
Here's what I'll say. I'll give you something. You can use this. On that record with the umbrella, they used like a font that you can just Google for and find. Like nobody designed that font.
Is this the beef? Are we about to start
What
beef
the
with
fuck's
Mr.
with
Jimmy
these
Eat
guys'
World over that?
fonts?
Dude.
Yeah, we're
They
starting
fucking
beef
wrote-
with Jimmy Eat World over font.
Yeah. They wrote their
songs
they
are
wrote
good,
their
but the
album
font.
title in like the Joker's like forehead font from the
Oh my
Suicide Squad movie.
God.
Dude, can you imagine Jimmy Eat World
pretty
ripped
sick
off
brand.
the Joker, Jared Leto's Joker? Can you believe it?
Was that Jared Leto's like actual IRL Joker origin
Yeah.
story, and that's
Was
why
that
he's like a
one
cult
Jimmy
leader right
Eat
now?
World record?
Wow.
Joker Eat World, am I right? Come on, guys.
All right, I'm
Anyway,
sorry. You need to leave the podcast. You need to leave the podcast right now.
No,
Anyway,
that's
here's
it.
Take Us to My
That's it.
Downfall.
Our next album is called Joker Eat World.
That's it.
Yeah, I like that.
Guys, I don't want to not talk about the record more and your band more. I appreciate you going on this tangent with us. Lizzie, please ask a question about the music.
So at least in 2019, the alternative loved your album, and Mr. Washed Up Emo gave you props as their new favorite band, which is shocking to us. That there's new music out there
I
that
thought
can be
that was
liked.
us. That was us. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it's
no,
more
no,
the
yeah.
people saying it, not the person they're saying it about.
I'm sorry, Brian. We're about to start beef.
No, can you believe Washed Up Emo gave you like such
we're
a high
gonna beef
score?
with this fucking podcast,
Dude, can you believe that Washed Up Emo like gave you such a rating? Anyway, here's take us to my downfall.
Yeah.
One quick thing, just to jump back, just because we didn't spend enough time on the beef thing. We actually did benefit from a beef with Eve 6.
That's true. It worked.
That's
really?
That's right.
This motherfucker went after Eve 6 on Twitter, and now we have a collaborative.
Wait,
we have
why
a song collaboration.
Why did
No
you go
shit.
after Mr. Eve 6?
I mean, here's the thing. Really, he went after me. I'm a huge Eve 6 fan. They've been one of my favorite bands since I was in middle school. I celebrate the whole
That's a
catalog,
diss.
baby.
Yeah.
I think they rock. They do rock.
They do rock.
And anyways, I'm sure you guys saw when Eve 6 started tweeting the shit out of Twitter.
Yeah. Started
Yes.
winning Twitter. Yeah,
I started
absolutely.
winning Twitter, and I jokingly said something to the effect of like, "I'll send you our record. You can review it early or something." And he wrote kind of a shitty tweet about our last single, which was "Can't Stop the Machine," and he was just like, "This is your best song, but it needs a chorus. This quiet part is boring."
Which is great.
Which
Yeah.
I didn't take it to. I didn't really take it to heart. I kind of expected him to roast us a little bit, and he did. But that led to us being like online buddies, which then led to, so they put out an EP recently. And when they first uploaded it, their record company fucking put the instrumental track up for the last song on it. And so they were like, "Oh, this is going to take like 24 hours to fix." And he tweeted out like, "Our fuck up, whatever." And then he jokingly said, "Yo, if you got, you want to write some words to it or whatever, send it to me. We'll release it as a collaboration." And I woke up.
He was totally joking.
He
Of
was
course.
totally joking.
Of course.
But I downloaded that instrumental. I wrote lyrics and recorded in my van that morning, and I sent it to him. And he was super fucking stoked on it. That's going to come out a week after our record, actually.
No shit.
As an
Oh my
actual release,
God.
like a real.
Yes, so it'll
Holy
say Eve
shit.
6 featuring Virginity. And the song is called Good For You, and this one will be called Good For You, in parentheses, good version.
Because his version of it, I mean, this is no surprise to Eve 6. It's way fucking better than the Eve 6 version. It's like
those are
his
his
melodies.
words.
Yeah, his melodies and his words just
You're
kick the
not
shit out
supposed
of
to agree. That's the thing.
But that's
Like,
the funny thing is,
no,
even
it's
after
not.
this happened, he kept talking shit, just being like, "Yeah, I mean, our version's better."
Yeah.
And-
Oh my
and,
God.
I felt comfortable
poking the
saying
bear.
it because he said it. I just interviewed there. So Eve 6 is playing Fest in Gainesville this year,
Hell yeah.
which began as a Twitter bit and is actually
Yes.
happening. And so Fest gives out like a little book every year that's got like all the bands in it and stuff. And sometimes there are interviews in it. And I did the Eve 6 interview this past Friday, and him and I talked on the phone for an hour and a half.
Wow.
He's a really good guy.
So there's positivity out of some.
Yes,
some
there was
See,
a little
yeah,
beef turned
exactly.
into something.
And is that
turned into
Fest? Is
something
there a-
good. Oh, and at Fest we're gonna play that song. I'm gonna go sing.
Oh hell
on
yeah!
stage,
I was
Holy
just about
shit.
to ask.
Which is that's gonna be. I'm already nervous about it. I've
See-
never been more nervous in my entire life.
Like, we can say all this shit about beef, but like, look at what comes out of it, you know?
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at what
A
can come out
nice
of good
beef
beef.
sandwich.
Yeah.
You know?
Why would you ever be vegetarian
Why
when you
would
can
you
have
make
this
beef
kind of
stew
beef?
when you can have a beefy sandwich?
Oh,
Where are you guys located?
Chicago.
Oh well, the Hat in Chicago, or in like it's
Yes.
Wicker
hot
Park,
Italian hot
yeah.
Italian beef sandwiches. We had them every night when we were there doing audio.
I had
training.
it this weekend.
and he
This-
just
I got the
and this-
2 hot dogs grilled.
This
There you go.
collaboration with Eve 6 is metaphorically a hot beef sandwich.
Yeah. So,
From the
so
hat.
what we're saying is that when you're gossiping, it's tea. Based on how hot it is or how much you spill is how hot the gossip is or how much the gossip is. But a hot Italian beef sandwich is like something that's like beefy music, quality tune, and like starting shit on the internet. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
dude, how hot's the Italian beef today? You know?
Yeah.
Is
how
it
much-
dipped? God,
Yeah, is it? I was about to say, where's the
dips.
juice? How much juice?
Dip
How much
it.
juice
Yeah.
is there?
Yeah.
the dipped beef.
Oh,
Sorry,
I
I
spilled some
haven't
au
run
jus
into
everywhere.
I ate it. I wait. What was?
What'd you
all
call
of
me?
it?
I spilled some au jus everywhere. Listen, man, I don't feel comfortable saying it, but it's French.
How'd you know it's Jewish?
How did I know, Jared? I don't know. Anyway, I interrupted your question about POPMORTUM out October 15th, 2021.
Yeah, it's so shiny.
It's got a reflective foil disco ball. We did the
That's
disco
sick.
ball. We came up with this like a year ago, and since we've seen 900 releases that feature a
Fucking
disco ball.
ball.
Fucking, it's really annoying. This has been
Mhm.
sitting in a
This is what it looks like on CD. If you want to see that. They haven't seen this yet. This is new to them.
wow.
Wow, look at that.
CD, guys.
A compact
CD
disc.
reveal.
Everybody's using CDs again.
Yeah.
They're making a comeback. They're
You
just
can
like,
play this in an older car.
Yeah. They're like cassettes. Do you have cassettes?
They're right there. The
You
poster.
can play this in an
actually
even
don't-
older car.
All of our other releases have had cassettes, so this
Yeah.
one does not yet.
Hmm.
Maybe we'll get around to
We're
it.
gonna
at
go
some
back
point.
to 8-track. That's gonna be
I'm
the
gonna-
next.
Oh, God.
You and somebody
gonna-
in chat wrote it at the same time.
Casey hasn't seen this yet.
Casey has not
Ooh,
seen
look
it.
at that
We're playing with Piebald on
piebald.
Friday, so we made some posters.
Ooh,
That's for you,
a
buddy.
nice
Oh, thanks,
poster.
buddy.
Hell yeah.
What
This
a
is
good-
sick.
what a good
Jordan
man.
just came bearing gifts. I'm gonna stick those right here.
Jordan, for the record, Jordan introduced himself saying that he plays bass. He's also just the spirit of our band.
That's true.
Because his endless good vibes sort of.
They're the perfect foil to me and Jim's endless bad vibes.
Yeah,
And
endless being pricks. Oh, Lily
I've never
looks
picked up
so
your dog
uncomfortable.
There's also a
Never
dog
been
on
before.
stream now.
Dog on the screen,
Look at her
Dog on
everybody.
face.
stream.
It's okay, babe. It's okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm
She's
sorry.
like, why did this fucker pick me up?
were we gonna talk about?
Am I on streaming right now?
Were we gonna talk about washed up emo?
No, I don't want to. I don't want to actually get into
No,
that
B,
on the
no.
recording. But we're at about an hour, so I want to make sure you guys have time to throw out your plugs when this. When people can listen to the record is October 15th. Where can they find you? Where can they find you on the internet? Where can they find the
Where can
album?
they start beef with you on
Where
the
can
internet?
they find you to start beef?
They can start a hot beef sandwich with us at Virginity is Rad on everything. That's Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. If you go there, it's just a ghost town of people pretty concerned about HIV over on our side of the internet.
That'll go down as the weirdest fucking plug we've ever
Rightfully
had.
So, yeah.
No, I'm not saying it's a great thing. It's just
Not
so-
the HIV. You're
No.
saying- Oh, yeah. No.
Unless you're Magic Johnson.
Yeah. Oh, God. Right.
But it's good that they're concerned. It's just misplaced because they're just like, what can help us? A little bit of virginity. But
Yes.
they didn't know
The
that
concept,
we weren't just a
not the band.
concept.
A little virginity, a little bit of Jesus. We're all good, right?
So
Yeah.
we decidedly did not put the name of our band on the album cover for probably. I don't know.
And for some of our merch too, we're like,
we're
let's
just
make cool
avoiding-
stuff that doesn't
just
say
comes
it.
back to the beginning of this conversation where we're like, why did we name our band this?
Yeah.
So at Virginity is Rad on everything is where they can start beef with us. You can get our record at smartpunk.com if you want to pre-order it. We're obviously, as you can see, they're here. So, you'll have it when it comes out. Unlike a lot of records that have come out in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason that we had like such a long rollout is like we were hoping to get them in time. And we did. So boom, pre-order that shit, baby. We got it. We'll send it to you.
Listen to the plug machine over here. This is
Yeah.
nice. That's I didn't know you had it in you.
I'm gonna hire this guy for Smart Punk Records.
Yeah. It's great.
Hell yeah.
And what about you guys? What would you like to plug?
Oh, so I'm currently doing this podcast.
Cool.
So I have that.
I hear good things.
Yeah, it's pretty okay. I think
Pretty decent.
yeah, pretty decent. I am going to be starting as much beef as possible for clout.
Right.
Yeah, I hope that I get a lot of clout.
Feel free to come for us.
Come at
I
us,
would-
please.
No, I wouldn't come
Oh
for
no,
you.
I have to
Don't
bully you
drop
on
the dog.
Twitter. Brian doesn't go on Twitter, so I would have to bully you guys on Twitter.
Yeah. I would make an Excel sheet that shows like how shitty
Jesus Christ.
somebody is. Like, hey, I did the math. You guys fucking suck.
Jesus
That would be great. That would be a
Yeah.
great roast.
I can actually prove it mathematically.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
You can,
That's
don't fuck with my formulas. I formatted them all correctly. Somebody comes in and they're like, "Dude, I found a
That's
formula
actually how
error.
we're
I got
gonna promo
receipts."
this episode next week. Is Brian's gonna say, "Yo, I did the math on this
Look,
actually."
man. I did the math on this.
there's a suck algorithm out there for sure. There has to be.
Yeah.
No, there's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
As much as you think something sucks, someone else thinks it's fucking.
Oh my
awesome.
god.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what it
like
is?
there's like a Nickelback stand out there who just ride or die Nickelback, and you know
Oh,
it.
there's a
Oh,
million.
many.
I feel like Catatonic Youths is the suck out
Yes.
algorithm. I don't know. Maybe
I-
not.
Have you
It would
guys
be
ever
that.
had- go ahead.
Sorry, it would be that Silicon Valley episode
Oh,
where
yes.
they like figure out the algorithm for like how many dicks you can jerk off at the same time. It's basically that, but like for how much you suck. So it's like kind of the same idea.
I
It's all an algorithm.
Have you guys ever had a podcast that was this fucking unhinged? Where
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We're just like looking at
Yes.
stuff like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're just like we're doing everything.
I'm sorry, what did
not
you say?
to-
It's
not
only
to
easier
talk
because
about
you are all in the
ourselves.
same room. Like you are all in the
true.
same
Yeah.
room, so it's much easier to vibe. Like when it's everybody in a different spot, it's way harder to vibe. So this has been actually much more on the rails than I think you think it is.
We're
Yeah.
known for our vibe.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
People
the
are always
thing-
saying that to us.
It's
They're like,
like-
man,
But
Virginity,
like,
they fucking more
Vibes.
like Vibe-ginity.
I fucking swear to God, I was about to say Virginity. Oh my God.
all right,
We
It's
just
not
that
the
sounds
internet.
like an
Oh,
incredible
no.
place to end the recording of this pod. We will continue chatting over on Twitch with our chat over there. We'll continue hanging out. But if you're listening to this as an episode, make sure you check out Virginity. Make sure you stay virginal.
Yes.
Make sure that you check
We
out
would like-
POPMORTUM.
We would like to make sure that no one has. That's really our mission statement. I should have fucking said that.
No
Our mission
inter- no
statement
Wow.
is to just like shut down intercourse. Keep yourselves pure, so you
Wait,
can get to
now
heaven.
I'm wondering, did you take
Don't
the
wonder.
cheesy route of getting condoms made?
We have. It's been talked about.
Check
I
out
feel like
Virginity
you
on.
legally would have to at this
We're
point.
gonna have Virginity branded IUDs.
Oh my God.
You guys, I
The-
have got to end this podcast.
sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, go check out the band. Go check out the video. Go check out POPMORTUM when it drops. Listen to it. But anyway, thank you, Jim, Casey, and Jordan for hanging out with us on the pod tonight. This
Don't
was
think Jim.
Yeah,
Sorry,
don't think
guys.
Jim.
well. Thanks
Yeah,
to everybody but Jim. Thanks to Lily the dog for being here.
Yeah, we love
She
Lily
made
the
it.
dog.
Good
We
kid.
love-
She's great.
We love the kids in the punk band.
We love it.